We often think our life's purpose is this huge, epic thing waiting for us at the top of a mountain. But what if it's not? What if it's hiding in plain sight, maybe even at the bottom of a trash can? This is an origin story that doesn't start with some grand plan, but with a simple act of service that most people will just walk right by.
So this is the story of Brendan Brown, and he has this incredible quote where he says, he's grateful he didn't fall for a trick of the enemy. I mean, that's heavy, right? It's really a powerful look at resilience and what it takes to find your own way when the world seems to be pushing you in a completely different direction.
So where does this all start? Well, like a lot of great stories, it begins with a kid who just felt out of place, like he didn't quite belong.
From elementary all the way through middle school, he was dealing with constant bullying, both verbal and emotional. He actually calls himself an old soul, someone who just saw the world from a different angle. And that, of course, can make you a real outsider when you're a kid. He talks about this feeling of a constant tug of war. It was like, on one side, you have the pressure to conform, to just be like everyone else. But on the other side was who he really was. He was always feeling too much in some ways, and not enough in others. He just didn't fit the mold.
And then comes this huge turning point. He gets cut from the 8th grade basketball team. Now, at the time, that felt like a massive failure, right? But it turned out to be the exact thing he needed. It was the catalyst that set him on a completely new and way more meaningful path. A total rejection that, believe it or not, led to a revelation.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. A seemingly random encounter is about to change his entire trajectory. After getting cut from the team, Brendan runs into this pivotal and totally unlikely mentor.
So after that gut-wrenching tryout, he ends up chatting with Mr. Matt, one of the school custodians. And Mr. Matt doesn't give him the whole, "Oh, poor you" speech. Nope. He just offers this simple but incredibly powerful piece of perspective. He just says, it might just not be something for you.
And this right here, this is like the perfect storm of two people's problems colliding. On one hand, you've got Mr. Matt, the custodian, who's just buried in work, totally understaffed. And on the other hand, you've got Brendan, stuck in a yearbook class with literally nothing to do, feeling completely useless. Two problems, one hallway.
So what does he do? Instead of just stewing in his boredom, he decides to act. He sees a need right in front of him, and he just steps up. He volunteers to take out the trash. No extra credit, no reward. He did it just to help out. Pure and simple.
And believe it or not, this is the moment. This is where a simple, kind of thankless chore turns into this incredible masterclass in leadership, work ethic, and even building a community.
It all started with this really simple 3-step process. First, he just observed. He saw something that needed to be done. Second, he committed. He didn't have to do it. He went up and down those stairs, taking his new job seriously. And third, he grew. That consistent effort started building something powerful inside him.
So picture this. Day after day, it was just Brendan, by himself, hauling these trash cans up and down 2 whole stories. He was just quietly doing the work, showing this incredible commitment that, well, people started to notice.
His teachers definitely saw it. They saw that discipline. Then his friends started getting inspired by his dedication. And pretty soon, what started as this one-man mission, it became a team effort. A whole crew of students started volunteering to help him out.
So, this is the crucial part, right? Taking out the trash taught Brendan things that no classroom lesson ever could. He learned what real work ethic looks like. He saw the power of teamwork when you share the load. And he learned the most important lesson about leadership. It's not about being the boss and telling people what to do. It's about inspiring other people to join you.
Okay, so armed with this brand new confidence in this whole new skill set, Brendan's high school years were, well, a world away from his middle school experience. And this just shows that transformation perfectly. He went from this kid who felt overwhelmed and discouraged to this empowered young leader who was actively carving out his own path and bringing other people right along with him.
And he didn't just dip his toe in either. He dove in head first. We're talking FBLA, Student Council, Rotary Club, you name it. He later explained that he was really trying to fill that void left by the pandemic, searching for purpose and connection. So yeah, he joined basically everything.
And you can see the direct line, right? That experience of getting a team together from Mr. Matt's, it translated perfectly to planning huge school-wide events and service projects. He already had the blueprint for how to get things done.
So all of this brings us to today. Brendan has taken all of those early lessons and channeled them into a whole new mission as a young author, speaker, and creator.
His creative journey really kicked off during the pandemic, and wow, it has been a fast track to success. I mean, look at this. He launched his own podcast when he was just 14. By 2023, he's a 3-time champion for his digital videos. And by 2025, he publishes his autobiography. That's incredible.
And now, as a solo creative, it's like he's on that same quest all over again. He's not just putting stuff out there, he's trying to build a real community, to create genuine engagement. It's the exact same thing he learned how to do back in those middle school hallways.
And this quote really sums up his whole mission. He sees himself and his work as a gateway, a way to connect people to something bigger than themselves. It's that same humble, service-oriented mindset that started this whole thing in the first place.
You know, Brendan's journey started so simply, just by helping one person with one task. And it's such a powerful reminder that your purpose isn't always some grand, complicated thing. Sometimes it's just sitting there, right in front of you, disguised as a trash can that nobody else wants to empty. So the question is, what opportunity to serve is right in front of you?
Brendan actually has a free app called Jesus Loves You. I'll put the link for you down in the description.
If this explainer helped you out today, you know the drill. Do all the things that help the channel grow. Like, subscribe, and definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.